All right, so it's that moment that I think most sneakerheads can relate to right here, and that is cutting off the tags to your brand new Yeezys or your brand new sneakers. If you can relate to that feeling, leave a thumbs up in the video. In this video, I'm going to be covering the slow evolution of the Yeezy 350 V2 and the originator, the V1. But there's been a couple different changes along the way, kind of some subtle changes that I wanted to discuss with you guys in this video. So let's go ahead and get into it. What is going on, guys? Hess here, collectivekicks.com. If you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals, as well as if you want to buy a pair of these from the open market, you can check the links in the description. And happy shopping. Today, though, I wanted to give you guys a review of the Yeezy Boost 350 V2. This is still a mouthful to say every time you say it, but this is black colorway, triple black. But honestly, am I the only one wondering why we didn't call them the Pirate Black 2.0s? Or they look really similar. I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, for some reason, the naming convention of Yeezys are just all over the place. A lot of times, they don't really make any sense. Like the Sesames don't really remind you of Sesame. And leave some comments on other Yeezy colorways that have been named something that just really make no sense at all. Like the Belugas don't really look like a Beluga colorway. The Mauve doesn't really look like Mauve. I digress. Anyway, so this video, we have the triple black, I guess, Yeezy 350 V2. They've done a lot of different modifications to the Yeezy 350 V2, and it's just weird how we haven't talked about the evolution. So let's talk about that real quick. So as we were already talking, starting off with the Pirate Black Yeezy 350 V1. This is the V1 model of the Yeezy line, which has a completely different outsole, as you can see, which they fixed a lot of the problems on these ones on the next version because it's more rubberized, and the encasing of the Boost is actually really terrible on the V1. And then you have the upper, which is prime knit upper, and you have the stitching down the middle, pretty much the same style. The lacing system on the shoe is pretty much the same style as well. And then on this version, you could see there is a back tab on the 350 V1. Also, you can see the tongue is bunched up here on the V1, but not as pronounced as on the V2. So moving your way over to the 350 V2, the original handful of colorways didn't actually have a pull tab on the back of the shoe. It definitely looked way different than the V1, so it had the true calling of a V2, which is why it's completely like redone. And as you can see, it's just different looking. The tongue's larger, no pull tab on the back, different materials and pattern, and then also the outsole is completely different. So it's rightfully a completely different model. But then they made a small update to the V2 later on. As you can see here, they added a back tab to some of the colorways. Another thing oddly is the Sply 350 is reverse on some colorways. There was no, I guess, indicator of why that was the case, but there you have it, the Sply 350 backwards, regular. But then you move on to the slow evolution one more further. The similarities are here, but they definitely changed up one major thing, which is the knit pattern. And then they have this interesting little mesh down the side of the shoe where the Sply 350 was, and that large little patch of singular color material. It's now just a smaller line down the middle of the shoe. The pattern of the upper is completely different as well. The outsole and the midsole are exactly the same as the other 350 V2s. And then you also have the same stitching and the same pull tab on the back as well. So there's just a little bit of a recap between all of the different 350 V2s and the 350 original one. So fast forward your way to the 350 V2 here with the static theme down the middle of the shoe. This is a triple black colorway and it's generated a ton of hype. This was a decent sized release for the Yeezy line, but it came at a time where Yeezys were pretty saturated, and honestly we saw a ton of different triple black colorways with the 700s at least. And I feel like the Yeezy 700s are the ones where they're overpriced and people are not looking at them as seriously as they are the 350s anymore. The resale on these are upwards of $500, which is crazy to me, to be 100% honest. I didn't see these going over $300 just because the Yeezy 350 V2 hype was just dead, but now it is back with a vengeance. It seems like Kanye and Adidas have done something really important by releasing the reflective versions in a limited capacity, and then the non-reflective ones like this in a larger scale, feeding both of the demographics, which is something that I mentioned that they needed to do from the beginning, which is feed those hype beasts, keep them hungry for more, keep the buzz on the product, but then release some GR pairs for the masses to be able to have. And it looks like we're gonna have a 350 V3 coming eventually as well. So I think it's a cool evolution that the Yeezy line has made through the years, and it's something that I think will have some longevity. Not every Air Jordan sneaker that drops is a huge sellout, and like there's a lot of them that go to outlets, and there's a lot of them that just don't sell through, but there are the limited ones that people go absolutely crazy for. And I think that once Kanye and Adidas finds that perfect mix like they've been dabbling with doing, they're going to be able to be really, really successful. Now, hopefully they have a way to be able to combat the bots a little bit, because the bots are super extreme out there nowadays, and they're taking up everything. I mean, it's not really a fair game when one company can take 50, 100, 1,000 pairs and everybody else is just kind of like left out there. So hopefully that they can utilize the app a little bit more and just something else where other people can actually get the product and not feel like they have to cheat or pay a service to be able to get them for retail. So anyway, that's just my thoughts about the Yeezy line in general, with the 350 line at least, and the slow evolution. But what do you guys think? There was a point where I know a lot of you guys were saying Yeezy's dead, the 350 is dead, we don't want the 350 model anymore, give us new models. And then the next one comes out and everybody's super hyped up and geeked up and spends 4 hours on their computer on launch morning. It's funny because the Yeezy line is in such an early life cycle of what the shoe could potentially be. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with the products long term and what the overall demand is going to be. And are they going to be as timeless as like the Air Jordan 1? Like, will this shoe be worth more in the future than it is now? Because as of right now, this one is not even worth $1,000 versus other colorways that are going ham. I think that the V1s like dropped the most. Turtle Doves dropped from 2,500 down to 1,000 almost. Like it's crazy to see the shift, but maybe it will trend back upwards after a while. You never know. Anyway, we will see, I guess, in the future. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think about the Yeezy 350 V2 line. And that is the video. Have a good rest of the day though. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, notification bell to be notified of when my videos go live, and we'll catch you for more videos soon. Peace, guys.